Today we're going to begin the first lesson in the calc tutorial, and this is just basic limits. So we're going to start with problem number 1, and number 1 asks the limit as x approaches 1 of the function x. So there are two ways to solve this. We can either graph it or just plug in 1 to the equation, which is just x. So when we graph it, we know that at 1, the graph approaches 1 from the left and the right. And when you plug in 1, you get 1. So yeah, limit as x approaches 1 of x is just 1. Now we have another one, which is the limit as x approaches 2 of x squared plus 2x. Well, on this, I just kind of plugged in 2 to the equation. So we got 4 plus 4, which is 8. When you plug everything in, you should get that. And then on number 3, we have the limit as x approaches 1 of x squared plus x minus 2 divided by x minus 1. So we plug in 1, and we get 2 minus 2 over 1 minus 1, which is 0 over 0, which is indeterminate. Therefore, there has to be a limit. But we could use L'Hopital's, but I'll get into that later, like maybe on a later lesson. So then we have to simplify the top equation. So we get x minus 1 times x plus 2 all over x minus 1. So the x minus 1 cancels, and then you're left with x plus 2. So when you plug in 1, you get 3. And when you graph it, there will be a hole at what's it called, hold on, it's like oh yeah, when x equals 1, there'll be a hole, and the y value will be 3, and there'll be like a little hole there, and that's about it. And on this one, it's the limit as x approaches infinity of 3x squared plus 2x plus 3 all over 14x squared plus 3. And on this one, you just look at the variable with the highest power, then you look to the coefficients, and then you get 3 over 14. Okay, on number 5, we have the limit as x approaches 1 of 3 over x minus 1. When you plug in 1, you get 3 over 1 minus 1, which is 3 over 0, which is D&E, or does not exist. And when you graph it, it should look something like this. It's trying to get close to 3, but it can't exactly reach 3, so therefore it does not exist. And then on here we have the limit as x approaches pi over 2 of sine of x. And for this, you have to kind of know your unit circle. So sine of pi over 2 is just 1, so that would be the limit. And then here we have the limit of 2. Limit as x approaches 20 of 2. It's just 2 because when you graph it, it's just a horizontal line. And when x equals 20, it's still 2. And yeah, that's all I have for my little tutorial. The next lesson we'll do the definition of derivative. Alright, see you later.